Hey everyone, welcome back. This week we have forest fires threatening to surround us. We start sluicing the Glacier Cut, which we had high hopes for, but our Trommel decided to tell me it was happening. None of that. Let's go find out what happened. So this week we had hot weather and probably didn't take more than 4 days and the fires started. It's been getting steadily smokier. There's fires all around us. Not very close yet, but it's just something, another thing we got to keep an eye on as the heat continues. In the meantime, Alan is heading down to the Glacier Cut. For those of you who've been following along on our recap episodes, you may remember the Glacier Cut from a few years ago. I think it was 2023, our last day of the season when we took that hot pan and couldn't get at it in 2024 because of a glacier. Who knew? So we decided to put it on ice and let it thaw, and I'm really hoping for big things in that cut, but we are gonna find out this week. For better or for worse, we are gonna weigh up some gold out of that Glacier Cut.
And here we go. Another day at the Glacier Cut. The glacier's long gone now, but it was here in full force last year. Hence we waited till this year to go and drain all the water because this is frozen solid. And as you know, when something thaws, it usually pukes water. Gold miners, we can't operate without water. At the same time, it's a major pain to deal with some days. And if you don't learn how to deal with water, you're never going to make it gold mining. Let's start off by draining this a little bit. Dig a little ditch here and there in places. The top 3 feet or so of this cut is thawed. So we're going to haul all that off and sluice it. And while we're doing that, the next 3 feet can thaw. At least that's the plan. Every morning we make plans. And some days they actually work out. So we started testing this cut a long time ago. I think it was 2021. We were apprehensive about going after it because it's 40 feet deep. And the deeper it is, the higher the risk, right? So we tested it and then we sniped it. And then we waited till the fall. There was shafts and tunnels and stuff everywhere. And the gold was decent. Then it glaciered. So we thought we would just wait until this year. We wanted to just do a small section here and see how it turned out before we stripped the entire stretch. Now we're sluicing it, and the gold's decent enough that we're going to carry on and strip the rest of it. What we need is for it to thaw as fast as possible. Winter frost can go down up to 14 feet here, but permafrost can go down up to 300 feet. It's rarely less than 150 feet. So we'll never get under it. So when we're digging out our pay dirt, if it's on permafrost, it's always frozen. You always have to thaw it. The only time it's ever thaws is if it's been previously disturbed. The far right side of this cut, right where the truck sits when I load them, is where the pay streak is. When we dug up the other side of it a couple years ago, it was you could see the tunnel the whole way. Now you can barely see it. You just see little remnants of it. And there are crib shafts everywhere and all kinds of goodies.
Wait a minute! Who are you?
Max gets to nap back there. Some co-pilot. Our stripping ratio here, you have 5 feet of pay, 40 feet of overburden. So that's 8 to 1. 8 times more dirt than pay dirt. So a massive cost before you even start to sluice it. It takes a week to sluice it, but it took us almost a month to strip it. You can test it till you're blue in the face. You never really know how much gold is in a piece of ground until you sluice it and weigh it.
Next load, might want to get that box up a little bit higher. Still got some dirt in the back.
Oh, Chris was hauling pay dirt back to us. Hauling a yard of dirt back isn't a very big deal. The bummer about the whole thing is that if everybody else sees you doing it, you know you're gonna get ribbed till the end of time, kind of how it is. Oh, he is carrying dirt back. Oh, bad Frisco.
No! God, please, no!
First stage of gold recovery right here, especially when you have this decomposed bedrock, has clumps like clay. And in order to get the gold out of it, you need to break it up. Well, yeah, the Trommels were good at breaking it up, but they need something to go around with it to do the breaking up. What you want to do is mix the bedrock more or less half and half with the gravel, so that as it goes through, the rocks will beat up the clumps, smash them to smithereens, so that the sluice plant can wash the gold out of it. So if you mix it half and half, then half goes up the belt, half goes on the sluice runs, and you can keep your volume up. Whereas if you just sluice sand, you have to slow down because you'll overload your sluice runs. Another load of gold. We're a lot less apprehensive today because we sluiced this stuff for a day yesterday and actually turned our box yellow. So today it's kind of like, yeehaw, we actually know what we're doing. We might make some money at it. Whereas your first day, it's all fingers crossed.
While Alan was working away in the Glacier Cut, it was all systems go at the sluice plant, but turns out that didn't last long.
Hello, David.
What's the situation?
Well, we got a bad tire. Walked off the rim, or off the hub. And it's a vulcanized tire onto a wheel, so it's hard to weld. So we're gonna be here for a while. So this tire is vulcanized onto this rim. So here's the hub, and all the welds broke on the hub. So in order to fix it, we're gonna weld it solid on both sides, but we can't put a lot of heat to it because it will take the vulcanizing out and then the tire will off. So we're gonna have to weld it a little bit here, a little bit here, pour some water on it, try to keep it cool, and hopefully it works. It's gonna take some patience and
it's hotter than
and yeah, it's a beautiful day to weld. It's on an angle, right?
Right? Like slanting this way though? No? Am I drunk?
Yeah, step back here. It might be a little bit actually.
What does that tire do? Drives the barrel. It takes a lot of the weight. And so we have big rocks in the Glacier Cut, of course. So it's putting extra weight in that barrel and putting more stress on this tire. And then poor Frisco has to go fix it. But once again, new day, new problem.
Season-ending problem.
No. I told you, nothing is ever a season-ending problem unless it's like October 10th when it happens. Or I don't get enough gold and I can't pay for a new motor or engine. Glacier Cut's open, but I don't know, we just can't get in a rhythm this year. It's just, we start, something good happens, and then boom, it explodes just to make our life more interesting. It gets frustrating after a while. I'm trying to stay positive, but after a while it's like, God damn, I just want to stick my head in the sand and make life go away for a minute. You can't just go to a tire shop and buy these. Whoever built this Trommel decided to fabricate their own unique way of putting it together and driving the barrel, so now we're stuck with bush fixes, which luckily Frisco is very good at. I'll just weld her up and fire it back up tomorrow. He's got to take his time and do it right, and yeah, it's just not ideal. not ideal, but nothing ever is when it happens out here. You just do the best you can.
We're gonna do a quick 3 or 4 inch weld either side so we can drop this barrel back down on it. If we do it now, it's just gonna walk off. Just get some grab on it so we can, yeah, like I said, put the barrel back down and slowly work our way around and get it welded back up. It's gonna suck. Messed around with this thing a couple times. More than a couple times actually. 2023 I was welding on it, and there was a group of guys up here last year, and thankfully they were working on it and I had other stuff to do out in the cut, so. But now I'm stuck with it, so what can you do? Let me know when you want one. There are little glasses bag thing. Yeah. It's like a sauna.
Oh yeah, smoking out the other side.
We're gonna have to weld it all the way around, so it's just not gonna hold if we don't. So I'll have to weld like an inch on this side, weld an inch on this side, and then go to the back side, weld another inch, and then Liam's gonna be my water boy, and hopefully we don't this tire.
Water boy. Guy. Yeah, I'm the water bitch.
Okay, if you want to fire the hats up, then we'll just run it slow, and then I'll just buff it all the way around. Takes a while. The heat slowly transfers through, so that's why we're gonna hit it with water and try to cool it down, not too fast, because it's gonna make the welds brittle too. So yeah, it's gonna be very tedious.
Well, for us, it's essential to have guys that are not only able, but willing to do any job that's needed to be done. Like, lots of operators just want to sit in the seat of their chosen piece of equipment, and that's fine. But when you're out here and you're part of our little family, you have to find people that care and are willing to do whatever it takes to make sure we all have a successful season. So that's the missing link in a small mining operation, especially. Big operations, they can have everything. They have their own welders, guys that just welds, fabricates, you know, you have all that. Us, we need guys that can do a lot of everything.
2 hours later.
All right, take 40. One of those.
Thank God you're better at welding than I am.
Perfect.
That good?
Yep.
Did he say that's good? Okay.
Going slowly, very tedious, but I think she'll work. Not very pretty, but good. Yep, it's getting warm, but that's why we're only welding it just a little bit at a time and hit it with the water, and hopefully the heat doesn't transfer all the way through and our tire, but I think we're doing her. Yeah, one little spot left, and I think we'll have her.
I'll let her spin for a minute, see what it does.
Yeah, give it. It was a slow process, but I think it'll work. Hopefully we didn't that tire, because we don't have another. turns. Yeah, wait and see tomorrow what it does under load, but we'll see what happens. Oh, he's a pretty good hose boy.
Ah, you.
Good job, Liam.
Good welding, buddy. Sweet. Hopefully that holds.
Well, I'll never get a welding job again.
Hello, welcome back. It's Sunday and we're back sluicing. The Glacier Cut. It's been a particularly rough week. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think we were sluicing for 3 hours, and the drive tire on the Trommel there, it just kind of came apart. The guys, they instantly got to work, and it's a bush fix, but that's what you do out here. It's bush fixes, and Frisco's particularly good at them, and they last when he does it. Life's not all bad, right? Probably do a cleanup here in this week's episode so you get to see what kind of gold is coming out of that one compared to the gold that we got out of the first cut that you saw. So I'm hoping for big things. We're always hoping for big things. Whether they happen or not, that's another story. I keep trying to stay positive on... We got an issue. You guys, something's like screaming in the barrel. Hope that tire didn't let loose again. Hold on.
You must have a rock jam somewhere.
I don't see any rocks in the conveyor belt. I'm gonna have to dash out and take a look here quick.
David? Conveyor belt.
Back down, didn't I?
Can't win. Couple C-clamps, come along, suck her back together, put a new cable on it. Go. Just gotta find some cable.
Okay. We were just talking about that zipper on that conveyor belt, and lo and behold, I'm sluicing and a rock went through the part that had separated, got stuck, and it just took the rest of the cable out. So we almost lost our conveyor belt, which would have really sucked, but I managed to shut it down just in time. But here we are again, shut down. We've had bad luck for a month. At some point it turns. It's just like, how much are you gonna throw at me this year? I think it's time for it to run smooth, please. Somebody pray for me. It's a zipper with a cable through the middle, but I don't think we have a replacement cable. If we don't, there's a bush fix coming up. Until I can order one tomorrow, because today's Sunday. Man, there's good gold in there too. I want to give up today, but I can't. Actually, that's not that big compared to what we have sent up there.
No, not at all.
Step 1, rock removal. Step 2, scream for a minute. Step 3, homemade belt tensioner. Pull this conveyor belt back together. Zip it up. Step 5, go home and have a beer. That glacier cut, as soon as we haul dirt down, it's like every 2 hours. Those old timers are saying, no, you're gonna stop now for a day. First time, drive wheel falls apart. Fix it, start sluicing. Rock goes through the zipper on the conveyor belt, rips it apart. You know what, I'm not even gonna say when we're gonna start sluicing again, but I hope it's before October. This rock decided to roll its way up the conveyor, and right at the top, went through it, and off it went.
Frisco found about 10 feet of this cable.
I heard. Bush Fix to the rescue. Out of our sea can, like our cargo trailer, the fold down door has the same friggin' cable as in our conveyor belt, so off we go. You should have, Alan, you should have seen him. When he heard on the radio, I'm in the hole like this, and Frisco comes up with his welding hat.
Must you guys interrupt me every day?
See, we can still laugh, even though we're shut down, because we got some gold in the runs. This is just the stuff I can see without draining some water, but you can see it already pooling at the top of our slurry. Here's a little nugget, little picker. Not all is lost, even though some days it feels like it.
The plan, we gotta weld the little clips on the zipper back together, then feed a new cable through and fire up.
It was me that was the ultimate breakdown queen today. Normally that doesn't happen, but we all have our days. See, on a mission.
We're just gonna clamp on this end right now, attach it down there, try and yard the thing through.
Okay, so our cable failed in our zipper. So Liam and I have been here for quite a while. Finally, the best way we figured out was to take one side of the zipper off, then feed the cable through, and then screw them back together. So we fed the cable through on the back side and we welded it to kind of hold it in place. And yeah, now there's all left to do is to try it and see if we wasted all this time. Gonna work. Ready to wash the rocks.
I think we did a decent job. Quite a lot of thinking and a lot of fighting, but got her. And we robbed the cable off the cargo trailer door, but so far so good. So hoping for the best.
Clean up, go home, it's dinner time.
Well, we got to the end of the week, finally. As promised, I am going to show you a Goldway. I always try and be happy and positive at the end of every episode, but this week, you know, it's a bit of a stretch because we opened up the Glacier Cut and had really high hopes, and the first day was good, and after that, it's just been hit and miss. So one day was good, the next day's crap, and then the Trommel decided it didn't want us to run this week, so I'm not going to sugarcoat anything, and I can't pretend to be ecstatic on camera for you, so please give me a break this week. But anyways, we're going to weigh what we have. So we did get a few little nuggets. Any nuggets better than no nuggets. Let's get to the yellow stuff. Make sure that's zeroed out. Almost 55 ounces for, what was that, 10 days, I guess, of hardly running at all. So you didn't see any gold last week because we've just been kind of stockpiling it on the days that we were able to run. I think we have got the bugs worked out now, and I'm hoping next week will be one for the record books. Well, our record book anyways. I don't really like doing Goldways on camera. First of all, because most miners are very, you know, you keep your business close to your chest. I don't want to brag if we've had a really good week. I don't feel the need to do that, but I also don't like to show weeks where I feel like we failed. I said I was going to show you the real deal, and this is the real deal. For a smaller operation, there's only 4 of us, and this creek has been mined out. We are the 5th miner on this creek. So when you are hopscotching, like you're gonna encounter stuff like this, it's still good. It's still great. I have gold. I didn't get skunked. I can, you know, pay my bills. I can pay the guys. I can keep going. It's okay. I mean, we have multiple weeks left. I'm always saying there's always tomorrow until it's October, and then it's iffy. I hope next week I can show you a hell of a lot more. I've had way worse weeks. I've had way worse months. I've had way worse seasons. It's a bit of a kick, but I'm adapting and we will overcome. On a brighter note, I would like to thank each of you who have subscribed to my channel following on our journey. We are now only a couple of hundred subscribers from 10,000. It's grown a lot over these past couple months, and I'm so thankful. As a reward, once we hit that 10,000 subscriber mark, I am going to do a little giveaway. I'm not going to tell you all of what it is, but I can promise you it will be yellow. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for next week's episode. Until then, my friends, may your beer be cold and your pans heavy. Cheers.